for my spiritual peoples, my nigga, this is the mission. This is what it is. Well, this is gonna give you a good idea of like you already know about the reincarnation, but like, why are you here? What are you doing? What's the purpose? What are we supposed to be doing? And you're gonna see like how each generation goes. Like each generation has a purpose type shit.
I'm back with another video. In this video here today, I want to talk about the Indigo Children, the Crystal Children, and the Rainbow Children. All right, and I'm also going to talk about a group of children that came before the Indigo Children. That's very important too. That a lot of people don't talk about. All right, we're going to get into that. To start this video off, there was basically a psychiatrist that around the early 70s, she started to notice that certain children had a certain color in their aura. They were being born with this color in their aura. And it wasn't one particular race, it was different races of children. Asian, white, black, Latino, all different types of children were being born with this type of...
Race is an illusion, my niggas. We're gonna get that straight on this channel right now. A race is an illusion, my nigga. We don't discriminate, my nigga. These bodies are all illusions, my nigga. I'm talking to the soul. When we talk to each other, we need to be talking soul to soul. Because that's what we are. We are souls, man. Just in these vessels, my nigga. It's nothing different than y'all niggas going on Fortnite buying the skin. It's nothing different. But except we ain't buy the skin. Nigga, our ancestors built it for us, nigga. So it's simple. Let's get into
color in their aura. And for those who don't know what an aura is, so I know I do basic videos here. So for those who don't know what an aura is, the aura is basically the bioenergy field around your body. It's the life force bio field around your body, all right? And it has different layers to it. We'll talk about that in another video. So she started noticing also that these children in around the late 70s, she noticed it around the mid 70s and the early 70s, but in the late 70s is when she really started to pay attention, and she noticed that the children also had special gifts, and she noticed that also that the government was also watching these children, right? So the government would label these children as ADD, ADHD, hyperactive syndrome. They will give all these children try to give them medicine in so many words. And the reason why the government was doing that was to kind of lower the energy and lower their ability, so they will never be able to tap into who they truly are. Trust me, the government knows what time it is. They play a fool all the time, like they only into politics. But there's scientists inside the government, and there's also bankers, right? And these scientists that are in the government, they deal with spirituality also, because that's what spirituality is, a form of science. This is so don't be fooled that the government don't know what time it is when it comes to groups of people on the planet. They know exactly what's going on. They just don't tell people that because they want you to believe in religion, right? They want you to get stuck in religion, so they don't tell you these things.
I'm not ready for this.
So the government also was issuing these children with certain this is something.
Are y'all ready for that conversation? Let me know in the comments one day.
Wrong with your child? They have ADD and they can't pay attention and they can't do all this stuff, right? But what it was, these indigo children were so advanced until they really didn't. A lot of what they were learning in school, they already knew it, and it just didn't pique their interest, right? So they would zone off into space. They would do things that would make them look like they're not capable of functioning in society, right? And they were very capable. So the government would say, hey, well, your children, they need this medicine, right? They need this medicine. Right. They need this particular thing to help them function, right? And they didn't need that at all. They just needed someone that understood them. And that's really what it was. So before...
We all just want to be understood. We all can sympathize with that.
Or that's the Indigo Children. Indigo Children started to come here the late 70s, mid to late 70s, all the way up to the late 80s, right? Before the Indigo Children, there are a group of children called the Flower Generation, the Flower Children. Those Flower Children came from like around around the fifth dimension, and those flower children came here to be the beginning of something. When the flower children were here, you had the hippies, the free love. Everybody's into the free love thing.
In high school, bro, they taught us about them baby boomers, and them baby boomers grew up and became the hippies, man. I already know, bro. When I first heard this, I knew exactly. I knew what time it was, bro. I knew what time it was. Because in high school, niggas was like the baby boomers. It was a whole generation. Niggas came back from World War II. They passed that GI Bill. Started going crazy. Started families. And that's how America became how it came. We can have that discussion another day. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm getting to. You know what I'm getting to. But yeah, the niggas became the hippies. That was that generation. Positives and negatives. You look at it how you want about it.
In the 60s, the civil rights movement was going on, right? All this stuff was happening during the time of...
It was deep in the making.
Of the time that the flower children grew up, right? They were born around the late 40s and 50s and stuff. Around the 60s, early 70s, you know, around the 60s during the civil rights movement, all this stuff was happening, and the flower generation was right in there. They were kind of going against, you know, there were groups of people that was going against. Even the black people that was around during that time, some of them, right, some of those people were actually flower children. They were here to help rebel against the system, right? These flower children gave birth to the Indigo Children, okay? The Indigo Children, they exhibit the color indigo. They come from around the fifth and sixth dimension. And the Indigo Children are more like a priestly tribe. They like priestly royalty, right? Priestly royalty. And they come down here to destroy the system 100%, completely, and change it all anew. They come down here to change the system all over. And right now, the Indigo Children are in their 30s to early 40s. Those are the Indigos right now. So right now, the Indigo Children are grown up.
That's a lot of like my friends and that's like they parents supposed to be Indigo. The goddamn helicopter, goddamn them agents, motherfucking agents. I hear them niggas. Fucking Agent Smiths, this motherfucker. Goddamn. But
they have children. They're getting into politics. They're becoming scientists. They're teachers. And now it's so funny how when the Indigo Children have grown up, the world is in the middle of a change.
I think when he make this video, bro, a lot of this information is old, bro. 2018, bro. He made this in 2018, and this was pre Big C. So like this information sticks. This was like 2 years in the old boys presidency. It was a change. Shit was going down.
Everything is changing. Everything is transforming. The Indigos, you will always know them because they always rebel against the system. Even if they are educated, right? Because education is part of the system, right? Education is training. People need to really understand that. Get your education, it's important, right? But understand it for what it is. It's training. Training for what? To live in society, right? True education comes from the word educate, means to draw out of. To take something out of you and pull it out, right? And
this is why I dropped out. Because my thing is, nigga, I'm not trying to be society, nigga. I'm trying to change society, bro. I'm trying to change the whole way shit is, bro. This spirituality shit needs to be nigga. That needs to be what it is, bro. That's how we need to be living, nigga. That needs to be the trend, nigga. It needs to be spirituality. Not how it is now. Not that controlled shit. We're gonna talk about that another day. I'm talking about real spirituality. Like we really out here. We really out here. Y'all know what I mean, bro. We having mass full moon rituals. Finna change the whole shit, my nigga. Make this whole shit crash, bro. Yeah, I'm not really going. I'm gonna make this blood. I'm trying to get this shit cracking, bro.
That's what it is. So education is important for the society.
If you know what's going down, tap them. Hit me up, nigga. I'm trying to tap in.
But they don't teach you. Educational people don't teach you how to buy a house, but they tell you how important it is when you become an adult to buy a house. They don't teach you about how to manage your credit and how to invest. But they'll I know we did when we went to school, right? But they'll tell you need to do these things, right? They
tell us this shit in high school, bro. They throw this shit at the last minute, bro. Threw us to the fucking wolves, bro.
They make you a worker bee. They want you to depend on society. So right now the indigos are all in the school systems, they're in the government, and the whole world is starting to change. These
worker bees, that's what that man so spiritual, so he call them bots. Then you got the worker bees, the bots, I will call them agents, but they're not. I call everyone agents because everyone is an agent. They just don't know who they're working for. They don't even realize they're an agent. I'm an agent, but I know what I'm working for. I'm an agent for the divine. I'm a spiritual detective. I'm a spiritual detective like Yusef. That's what I am. That's what I call myself. Spiritual detective. I'm just an alchemist, occultist, producer. Kind of names, the divine one for short.
The whole world is starting to change, right? And the Indigo Children are rebels, right? They needed things around them that the universe provided and the Creator provided to help them transform into who they're going to be. Like prime example, and there's a lot of flower generation children and people before that were against these things, like hip hop, right? Hip hop, rock and roll. These were two important energies for the Indigo Children. Because a lot of that music dealt with expanding your mind, right? Especially hip hop, right? Hip hop dealt with early hip hop, right? In the 80s and in the early 90s, right? It was talking about the struggle, but at the same time in the early 80s, you had people like Slick Rick and other people that told stories about the struggle, but at the same time, you had Brand Nubian and different other groups that actually was talking about expanding your mind. And become.
It's time to get conscious again, bro. We're bringing consciousness back to music. It's time, bro. There's no conscious music, but where's the conscious music? Where's the real conscious music, my nigga? Not a couple bars here and there. I'm talking full songs, real conscious. Go listen to Neo. Link in the description, bro.
Something better.
That's conscious.
Than your environment, right? And they talked about the struggle also. So the hip hop, they needed hip hop to rebel, right? And to put their energy in correct order. Same thing with the Europeans, they needed rock and roll, right? Because the Indigos came in all races, right? So these Indigo Children were going to gravitate to these types of music, right? So the Indigo Children is a priestly tribe that was here to change the system. Like they're here for that. Right, but what they do is actually going to set up the future for the Rainbow Children, right, which we're going to get into. So the next group of children is another important group called the Crystal Children, right? The Crystal Children started to come here around the 90s, okay? Late 80s to early 90s, through the 90s, they start coming here. And the Crystal Children are more
that'd be like Rashad Jamal type shit. So Isis Wisdom and Bro Yusef, that would be like Indigo. These are teachers I'm talking about, if you don't know. Then you'd have Rashad Jamal and who else is it younger that be going crazy in the 90s? Rashad Jamal. It's not really a lot. Not that coming. I'm probably not. Probably somebody will go say in the comments or something. Because young bro, that man is not real spiritual. But a lot of the Indigo children are going crazy. They're really going crazy. The Indigo Children, they're snapping right now. A lot of the knowledge is coming from them.
Then the Indigos, when they tap into themselves, they're more advanced. That's why you have a lot of Crystal Children today, 19, 20 years old, 21 years old, they're already...
These are like the niggas in their mid-20s now, since this is 3 years ago he made this video, so these would be mid-20s, late 20s now.
Into spirituality. They're already spiritual, right? Not all of them, because everybody who was born at that time is not a crystal child. But a lot of crystal children during that time, that are young today, 20s, early 20s, because the crystal children are in their 20s right now. Some of them might just be hitting 30. But these crystal children who came in the 90s, who were born in the late 80s or early 90s, they are basically adults also, but they're young adults, and a lot of them are already spiritual. I'm talking from experience. I've met these kids, even in my own city, who are 19, 21 years old, already reading books on Kabbalah and certain spiritual systems, like very advanced already. Right? I woke up when I was 27.
See, at first I thought I was a crystal child when he said this, cause like I'm 19 and I'll be tapping that. I'll be tapping that, man. I'm trying to get niggas tapping that. They don't be trying. Don't nobody want to do the work, bro. Don't nobody like reading, man. You need to read, man. Go read the fucking book, bro. I got plenty of books to send you. I got PDFs. Let me know what you want to learn. What are you curious about? If you want to know, go fucking read an article, my nigga. How much astrology sauce I learned, my nigga, from an article? Astrology sauce. Stop sleeping. Pain ass niggas.
These kids is 20, 21 years old, already asking spiritual questions and already into yoga and stuff like this. It's mind-boggling, right? That's because they're a more advanced group that came down here also to rebel, but to also help push.
You keep noticing this is a cycle with each generation. The
spiritual movement, right? They want to make it cool. They want to make it popular. So that's why you hear people like even Kendrick Lamar talking spiritual stuff in his raps. Look at his video that just came on All the Stars. A lot of spiritual things in there, right? This is very important, right? So that's who the crystal children are. They're a more advanced group than the Indigo Children. They're in about their 20s now, maybe just hitting 30. And they are already spiritual. They're here to help push the spiritual movement, right? The Indigo's job was to rebel against the system and start the change. Right? The Indigos are adults now.
So this
they're
like
basically running the world. They're all incorporated into society.
This is like Big Sean, Kyrie, and type shit. I'm gonna say the discussion for another day. I ain't gonna get into that. Had a simple thought, man.
And their job, whether they know it or not, because some people are indigos, they don't even know what this is. They haven't fully awakened yet.
That's another thing, bro. A lot of people are just not awakened to who they are yet. They just don't know themselves yet. They'll awaken one day. They shall. I was lucky. I woke up early, but I feel like a lot of people woke up when I woke up. From what I've heard. In 2019, I feel like a lot of people woke up. I woke up. People I know woke up that year too. Spiritual Soul woke up in like 2019. Vaughn started going up in 2019. A lot of like young niggas started like getting woke in 2019. I'm telling you, that was the real Great Awakening. That was the spark.
Their job is to change the system as we know it. The crystal children's job is to continue to push the spiritual thing forward, right? And to be Christ-like, right? They're supposed to be great examples in the future. These crystal children. That's why they're called the crystals.
Christ consciousness,
children, right?
Shut up.
The next group of children that I want to talk about is the rainbow children, and the rainbow children start coming here right around 2000. The year 2000, they started coming on the planet real heavy. And these rainbow children are more advanced than the indigos, the flower, and the crystal children. Now you have children, right? I just saw a video the other day of a little boy who made a whole crystal grid, right? And he was about maybe 8 years old.
Yeah, that's
these children now are exhibiting high levels of intelligence, right? These crystal children. Excuse me.
He said the nigga was like 8 years old. This is like 10 years after I was born. Deep now, that the children that's being born today in like the past couple of years, advanced. advanced, ancients. The newer we get, the older the soul, bro. The newer, like as each year goes on, there's gonna be older souls, bro. It's been like that since, like how you're saying, these are older souls coming in.
These rainbow children, and they call them rainbow because their aura is rainbow, right? Their aura has a rainbow around it. These rainbow children are exhibiting high levels of intelligence, and also they're already into saving the planet and into spirituality from a young age. I'm talking about 8-9 years old. These kids is already reading books.
I think this thing was exaggerated.
I got a niece like this, right? I got a niece that's.
I might get some people that's like this, but 8 or 9, my nigga, that's rare, bro. That's rare, bro. At this time, rare, bro. Rare. 8 or 9? Nah, probably like, but I'm definitely around 14 though. 14, 15 at this time. Definitely waking up. A lot of 14, 15-year-olds is definitely getting conscious.
Already exhibiting signs of a crystal child. And I know she's a crystal child.
They see
these crystal children are very advanced. They have no karma.
12-year-old. I seen some 12-year-olds.
Not every child around that time who's born in the year 2000 is the crystal child. But these crystal children that came here, and they're coming here more heavier and more by the boatloads than the previous generations. These crystal children are here to live in the world that the Indigos set up. That the Indigos are going to set up, and they're going to continue to push the energy, the positive energy, and help change the world for the better. Right? These crystal children are being born. They're going to start to see the beginning stages of the world being a better place. I might be gone, right? But these kids are being born right now today. They're rainbow children, and this is like the last genre that's coming down here, and they're going to live in a better world.
This is a lot of shit into perspective for me, because it's a thing. It's a matter of what he's saying is, because we know we're gonna reincarnate, but it's a purpose. So what are we working toward? What are we really doing here? And it's a thing of like, we need to really think of long term about this. In my head, give it shit. It might be a good 20. Because the thing is, we're at the very beginning of shit about to get hectic. I should say hectic, but it's about to go down. It's about to go down though. Y'all just niggas don't want to believe it, but it's about to go down. Y'all see the gas prices. Y'all see it. Yup. Y'all see what y'all voted for. You're so trolling. But in time, give it about 20 years, 20, 30 years. And this shit's it's not gonna be bad for everyone. Let me make that thing. It's not gonna be shitty for everyone. But y'all know how the media portrays. Y'all know how optics be. Y'all know how the world is. Shit. We're in astrology and shit. Y'all niggas are sleeping on astrology. When this astrology shit pops up, y'all gonna be sickening. Y'all gonna be sick. I'm like, I told y'all niggas. But yeah, give it about 20 years, 20, 40 years, bro. And then it's gonna be, yes, sir. But I feel like we're still gonna be advanced though. But I feel like we might see a little glimpse of what the elites are trying to do. We might see a little glimpse of it, but then it's gonna flip right back. Because it's not gonna go anywhere. Something's not gonna work. I don't know what it is, but something's not gonna work. Something isn't. They don't got all the answers, bro. They can't. You can't play. You can't outplay spirit, nigga. You can't outplay spirit, nigga. Spirit always ahead of you, nigga. They are 3-dimensional beings trying to fuck with 12-dimensional beings. It's a losing battle. They're not gonna. Y'all, we have nothing to worry about, bro. So we just gonna do us and go crazy. We gonna keep getting this knowledge. We gonna keep reincarnating. Keep working on the mission, bro. Keep spreading the light. What's up, bro? I don't see nothing.
As much as people would like to think in their mind the world's getting worse, No, it's just a season, right? There's seasons to things, and the world there's things going on in the world right now that has never happened before. So the world is in a state of great change right now. But order comes out of chaos. So there has to be chaos before there's order.
Man, chaos
so that's what's going on. People just don't understand how it works. So
real talk.
These rainbow children are coming down here super extremely advanced. Some of them are actually gods in the flesh. They're actually gods that came from on high, and they're avatar.
Died of wine in the flesh.
Some of these children, they're coming down here to be great spiritual teachers.
You niggas are gods. Y'all don't even know it, bro. The females, y'all are goddesses, but y'all are asleep. Until you awaken and really understand yourself. You have to really understand yourself, know yourself to be that god or goddess. That's what separates it. Because you be saying they gods, like, because they melanated, because they black. No, nigga. Yeah, we was dumb niggas at one point, but nigga, we have fallen. That's the real. That's knowing ourselves, knowing why that happened. Acknowledging the toxic traits that caused what happened to happen. They don't have these talks, have these acknowledgements, bro. How we gonna go past this and move past? What are we gonna do now? That's how you get to what's doing now. By acknowledging the toxic traits and cutting that shit out. But niggas don't want to be honest, bro. Niggas don't want to be honest with themselves. Be honest, period. But until then, one day, it shall. One day it will.
Masters, and they're doing some incredible stuff. Now the government knows. Once again, the government knows who these crystal children are. So they're exhibiting right now. They're pushing.
I see you, agents.
Excuse me. They're pushing vaccinations real heavy right now, right? But the question is, why are they trying to get every child vaccinated? What's the big deal? People look on the surface. They don't understand. The main reason why...
This was in 2018, and niggas was talking about the shot in 2018. You see it. February 2018, bro. Ahead of his time.
Why they're trying to get the children vaccinated, because they're trying to slow the children down. They're trying to stop the children from becoming advanced. Because these children that are coming up now are more harder to control. And they notice, right? Once again, I said this book before, Behold a Pale Horse. He talked about this stuff in the 90s when he wrote the book. And he was talking about how vaccinations are going to be pushed on children.
But hold up, but they're doing that shit literally right now. That's the crazy part. But nobody said nobody has a problem. We're trying to look out for our neighbor, bro. We're trying to help our neighbors. We should look out for our neighbors and our fellow Americans. That's what's best for the country. Let's open up the borders again, man. Let's take the mask off again, man. We're just trying to take the mask off. That's all. Face ass. Do I have Behold a Pale Horse on here? I don't know if I had Behold a Pale Horse in my collection. I know I got the PDF, but that book definitely got some gems. That he came out with that like in the 90s, and they definitely got brought out of here. They got brought out of here, but their whole plans is a lot of their plans are in that book, and a lot of the shit that's about to go down. Well, I shouldn't say about to go down. They're scheming that y'all might think is real and shit. Or this book basically proves that a lot of the shit that happens is not real. That they set it up. But I learned that in history class from the Gulf of was it Gulf of Tusca? They faked the fucking blowing up a boat to start a war. I think it was a Spanish American war. I might be all off, but I know this shit happened. But I know this did actually happen. This is actually American documents. History class. So we know what the government type of timing they on, bro. There's no change, bro. It's still in their playbook.
I think when I was a little kid, we had vaccinations here and there, but today it's ridiculous with the vaccinations. You gotta vaccinate the hell out of a child before they even go to kindergarten. So people gotta really understand what the world we live in and what's going on, and everybody has a role to play, right? Some people are simply gonna live on this earth and they're gonna go to work every day and they're gonna die. because they're young. They're a younger soul. They haven't evolved and advanced enough to the point where they find this type of stuff even important or a big deal. They're more involved in sports and the basketball wives and all this other stuff.
Hey, let them go crazy. They'll go crazy, bro. They'll incarnate a few more times, learn their lessons, and then they'll see, bro. Some of them see the light now, but they're just on the wrong track, bro. I'm trying to get them on the right track, but some of us don't want to learn, bro. I ain't talking about nobody necessarily. I'm just saying y'all need to get on y'all shit, bro. We all need to get on our purpose. There's no point to just be sitting on our ass, bro. Living through this cycle, living through this matrix, nigga. I know you don't like it. Do something about it. We all have our own way of doing it. Well, we have our own way of. Well, we have our own. We all have our own ability to do what we can to manifest a new reality. Is what I should say. We have the ability to.
That's not even important, right? They're more that's those people. There's a other group of people here that's more advanced, and they're paying attention to what time it is and what's going on this planet. All right, so I wanted to just do this video today to give people a quick understanding, a basic understanding about the Indigo Children, the Crystal Children, and the Rainbow Children. And people can research these words and look it up for themselves. I've been studying this stuff since about 2007, 2008. I've been hearing about this stuff and been studying it. And it's true. This stuff is very true.
Hey, I'm no expert, my niggas. Don't come to me asking questions. I'm a student too. I'm learning while y'all learning, my nigga. I might be a little bit more farther than y'all because I'm bringing all these videos and I've seen them before. But I'm a student too, nigga. I can give y'all some answers because these niggas can hard to contact this shit. But my nigga, I'm no expert yet. In time. That's a classic movie. We go gems, bro.
And these children also have to be careful. That's why it's important for people who are in the spirituality to really get them to really take it serious and really live that spiritual life, because a lot of these children are being pulled in by what you call the New Age movement, right? And the New Age community is just another way to basically make a new religion on the planet.
It's the control shit I was talking about. The control of spirituality. What is New Age? You know what's so funny? New Age uses a lot of the same things that's just normal spirituality, but they twist it. They apply it differently. They give you the same. They're not really giving you the growth. The spiritual growth is what I realized. See, I realized I was kind of caught up in the New Age. Both, necessarily. I was half conscious, half New Age. But New Age isn't necessarily... You'll realize when you're New Age. I can't explain it yet. But, hilariously enough, I have a whole book called the New Age Beliefs Encyclopedia, which is hilarious because everything in this book you could consider New Age, but a lot of this is actual, it's really just the basics of spirituality. They got just crystals, runes, some basic divination, astral projection. There's simple shit about that in here. But that's just funny though. It's they're taking all these things that are real, but it's the way they control it is they put everything on my elbow. They put everything in groups, and if they can put you in a group, they can marginalize you, they can stereotype you, and that's how they get motherfuckers. They do it. They have mastered that. That's basically racism. Yeah, black and white. It's two different groups. Simple. Right down the middle. In cases, if you could say. In cases, right down the middle. But that's the game, bro. Divide and conquer.
Planet, right? And they mix a little bit of spirituality with it, and then at the same time they do some other stuff. And the New Age community is not something I advise people to get involved in. Yeah, they talk positivity and all this stuff, but trust me, it is not good at all. People need to...
Love and light is not the move. Love and light is not the move. What do I mean by that? you have to be real enough to see what's going on, but you want to be optimistic about it necessarily. You want to be optimistic, but not blind to what's going on. Not necessarily everything's bubblegums, everything's fucking peace. Yeah, yeah. To say this for you to be at peace. If you are at peace and everyone else is being spiritual and I'm doing the work, then there'll be peace. Because then everyone will be in tune. Everyone will be in tune with nature. True things, if anything, you need to be trying to be in tune with nature. That's the best way where to start. Try and be in tune with nature a little bit with your routines.
You stay away from that new age stuff. If you want to read a few books on the new age, cool. But don't get involved in their practices and their beliefs, because it is a made up thing. It is a made up thing and it's not real. And I personally believe it's backed up by the government to throw the children off when they come to look for themselves and find out what they're supposed to do. They get pulled in by this new age world.
Agents, bro.
Without doing real spiritual practices. It's going to transform them. Right? And that's the difference with the new age movement. They don't really have things that's going to transform you. They just want you to believe in all this stuff. You're a starseed and you're a light worker, and that stuff sounds good, but it's deep.
It's boosting the ego. That's what I'm saying. They're just telling you that, yeah, you're a god because you black. That's just boosting your ego, nigga. That's boosting your ego, nigga. So what if nigga, I'm like that, period. My thing is, you need to be outside the scope of this, my nigga. You need to be outside of this scope. Straight soul. You need to be in straight yourself, my nigga. What is you? This is a part of you. Yes, it is part of your DNA. It does give you benefits. It does give you boosts, you could say. Spiritual boost, nigga. Spiritual boosts, where if you can activate them right, yeah, you can go crazy in the physical world and in the spiritual world. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like the world isn't the way it is and these other motherfuckers ain't got it better off in terms of other avenues, you could say. Other avenues, or just the way it is, man. Y'all know what I'm saying, man. I'm about to get too deep.
Deeper than that. Some people down here ain't just starseeds, they're avatars. Right? They're literally gods in the flesh. Starseeds represent them coming from different planets, and they're aliens. Like, yeah, that's
a real thing. Like, it's not that it's not real, but it's like, what are you really doing though? Yes, you're okay. Yes, you're a starseed, but my nigga, are you really on your mission? Telling people about the law of attraction. That's not even a real law of attraction. This right here is law of attraction. The people who watch this, who end up finding this, are only going to be the ones that are meant to find this. If you're watching this, you were meant to see it. You were meant to get this knowledge. I'm doing a live stream right now, and there's two niggas in here. These two niggas was meant to be in here. These two people, I don't know if it's a female or not, but they was meant to hear this knowledge right now. There's no coincidences at all. There's no such thing as coincidence. That's what I'm saying.
Some levels that's cool, but it's deeper than that, and that's what people gotta understand. So, just wanted to get on here real quick and do this video. I hope people like it. I hope people will do the research and look these things up for themselves.
Yeah, man.
So until next time,
I need to definitely always do the research. Always do your own research. I'll be having to do my own research too, man. But yeah, man. Nigga, bro, Yusef going crazy.